Hello my friends, hello YouTube. It's near the end of May here, and we just had a couple days of really heavy rain, and then a day or two of just a little bit of rain, but a lot of rain, a lot of water sitting in the yard. So I thought, well, you know, I got a raised bed garden, wouldn't have to water, right? Well, there's one myth busted right away. These raised beds are not only Huglekultur, which I've watched countless videos claiming that once you build a Huglekultur mound or use Huglekultur in your bed, you don't have to water. Now, this bed here, as you can see, all the soil is cracking. Okay, it watered today till noon. Right now it's about 7 p.m. and the sun did this. The sun dried out the top layer of the dirt, in the process probably killing lots of the life in it too. Okay, it rained today already, right? At noon. So, okay, I've already dug down. Okay. This does prove one thing. It proves that raised beds are excellent for drainage. But as you can see, it's not at all wet. Okay? It just crumbles right off my hands. My hands come away. Okay? It's not wet. It rained, what did they say? We got, in 2 days, we got all the rain we should have got in all the month of May. And then plus, that was a couple days ago, and today it rained from when I woke up early this morning till about noon. So this bed just had quite a bit of water in it. The reason it's uncovered is because I direct sowed into it. And I also have spinach, and I have slugs. So if I put mulch with the tender spinach seedlings, yeah, these are spinach here. If I put mulch in around here, the slugs will eat them, as in years past. But yeah, it just shows that you got Huglekultur. I also have biochar in here, right? And one of the claims of biochar is that it retains water. Well, nothing really compares with the power of the sun. I'm in the northern hemisphere. The sun's right above all afternoon, and even on a day like today where it only rains, it's only sunny for half the day and it's rained the other half, it still dries out the soil. So I'm gonna have to water these. These are carrots, and if I let the soil crack and all this, they're gonna struggle. It's very important if you're direct seeding to make sure you're watering. So how do you water all these raised beds? What I'm doing is gotta try to collect a rainwater system here. I got 2 of these large bins. My brother was kind enough to find a pump. It's an indoor pump, but as long as I don't leave it out in the rain, it's fine. And it's portable. I can move it around, use it for different things. I just hook one into the pump, goes down into the water. The other end goes to the garden hose. I got a sprayer on the end, so I just plug it in, pump turns on, starts spraying water. One way, of course, which really does work, is mulching. Mulching is awesome. It will retain all the water. Now, I can feel this dirt here. It's a lot more moist than the other bed over there. And this bed, I don't water half as much or near at all. But even with the mulch, you're still going to have to water your plants. The mulch is going to cut down on how much of the bed you'll have to water. So here are my tomato plants. I'll just water where the plants are. or just strip where the peas are. And once my plants that I did direct sow come up, I'll just return to mulch. It's kind of hard to see here in the shadow, but here around my peas I've returned to mulch to help in retaining water. Because as I had just shown you, remember, it rained all morning, and then in the previous 3 days we got 2 days worth of a whole month's worth of rain in 2 days. So these beds drain very well, and you're going to have to water them. I do recommend using mulches. They do work great, but if you have slugs, just be careful with the mulches around the plants the slugs like to eat. And you'll find that out depending on your area and what you're growing, right? Spinach is something, the very young ones are very tender, and the slugs will just decimate that. I got beets over there too. They're susceptible to flea beetle, and the flea beetles will also hide in the mulch and eat up my beets. So this bed, I'm going to put a strip of mulch here. Just going to use some old composted leaves and grass as mulch, and try to keep it away from the spinach, but I got to do something soon. The carrots will be okay. As soon as they start filling out green, they're going to cover the soil, and then at the end of the season, or when the carrots are ready, the bed gets mulched again. So unless I'm direct sowing, I keep mulch over it. And yeah, don't believe what everyone tells you about biochar or Huglekultur beds as making it a hands-free, you know, never have to water sort of scenario. I mean, we got so much water, the yard doesn't usually fill up with water. And yeah, that's not a beaver dam, that's my pile of wood I'm going to burn into biochar. But it might as well be a beaver dam, all the water in here. My neighbor had to pump out his front yard, he had ducks in it. But anyways, there's this little myth busting on raised beds and Huglekultur and biochar being hands-free as far as irrigation goes. There is no there's no getting away from watering, especially seedlings. You got well-established plants, like actually here, before I end the video I'll just show you. Okay, here's a perennial. It's a haskapberry or a honeyberry bush. And it's doing quite well. There's another one. Okay, these roots are deep enough that they are into the Huglekultur core. So if I didn't water these beds, perhaps these would survive and still do very well, right? But I got strawberries in there. I'm going to water them. And I do give these water when I water. But yeah, unless you got a bush or something with very long roots already established in the bed, the Huglekultur core is not going to supply your water. And it's not going to wick up into the dirt like everyone claims. And these cores are not small Huglekultur cores, okay? This is what the cores of these beds are made out of. So you imagine that the holding capacity for water in pieces of wood this size. Here's my hand for scale, right? Okay, this is what's in these beds here. So it's not little branches and twigs or leaves and cardboard or something. It's full trees, and they retain a lot of water, but not enough to provide the magical solutions that everyone claims. So please, if you are building a raised bed garden, make sure you consider irrigation, because you will need it, especially for seedlings and plantings. Direct sown crops are going to need to be watered twice a day, even when it rains. Like I said, it rained today till noon. It's only 7 hours later, and the soil's cracking and doesn't look so magical to me. So it's not a big deal, but just let you know. And thanks for watching, and please join me again as I'll show you how to build soil and have a successful garden. Thank you.